everyone.
Hello.
So, how are you feeling now?
Good.
Just had a fantastic session, so obviously, right? Okay, so I'm here to start off by knowing what exactly is time management. So guys, you guys have heard about this term, manage your time, time management and everything everywhere. So what according to you is this time management? What according to you, what it means for you? You guys must have heard about it many places. You've heard about it in the class before, you've heard about it in the exercise before, or somewhere else. So what according to you is time management?
Being able to do all the things we have in our list, probably.
Yeah.
Being able to do all the things which is in your list, excellent. So do we actually manage time? Do we manage time? Do we go to the clock, turn, and then move it behind so that we can accommodate everything we want?
No.
Do you think that's what we do? No. Then what do? We actually manage ourselves to the time we have. Don't you think? So time management is all about managing ourselves, managing our work to the time, the limited or whatever time we have, isn't it? So now, what is the importance of time management? Everyone says, it's a part of soft skills. Time management is a very important part for every organization. Why is it important? Can you guess why time management is important for any organization?
It's punctuality.
Punctuality, okay. Then
You don't waste time.
don't waste time, exactly, right? So don't waste time, that itself says a lot, right? So if you had probably there might be many situations we have thought, if I had half an hour more, I could have done something. If I had a little time in my day, I could have probably explored some new hobbies. If I had little more time, I could have spent time for myself, especially housewives, homemakers. Remember that I don't have time for my hobbies, I don't have time for anything, right? So don't we think so? There we know the importance of time, right? We know the importance. Sometimes, when we get to know the importance of time is when we are actually going out. And this is one experience, one thing which I see when we go to movie halls, when we go to theaters. Right? You have washrooms there, and here you have a big queue. After the movie, there's this complete queue standing over. Then you will know how much time the person is taking to come out of the room. Then we will actually realize the value of time, even a single minute or second, right? So, managing ourselves to the time we have is very important, because we can accommodate so many important things we can do in our life. Agree?
Yes.
Right.
When we go to doctor also, appointment they give at that time.
Yes.
If we go little late, they won't be there.
Exactly.
Yes,
So it's
we
become
should
so
be
important
admission.
nowadays. The doctors are keeping
Yeah.
slaps.
Yeah.
5 minutes for one patient.
Yeah.
Because time has become so important.
Yeah.
Time is equal to money nowadays, right?
Yeah, for sure.
So what we will do now is, there are some few things, if we probably follow, which could help us, manage ourselves to the whatever time we have. So before that, what we're going to do is, I want anybody, any one person to tell me any day which you felt was completely wasted by doing nothing. Can anybody say? Or you all have experience, can you just make a note or say it directly?
Wasted.
Any person, huh? You feel like today nothing happened, man. Didn't work. The general days, don't connect it with your maybe your work days, in your office. Is there any one day, which you felt nothing
I
happened?
felt recently.
You felt recently, yeah. Please go. What is it?
I had to quarrel with my boss,
Mm.
a lady.
Okay.
She has started the fighting without any rational thinking.
Mm-hmm.
And just for sake of fighting, she started fighting, and I too fought. And at the end of I have to come home after it was very bad day for me at home, at office first bad, and I had to carry her that mood to my house also. It was totally bad. Till the next day it was like that.
Yes. Yeah.
Was
So,
one day.
so you have felt that because it
yeah,
was a
it was
waste. The
waste,
day,
I was
the day
feeling
had gone for a waste.
sick, yeah, sick and making sick and
Yes. So we could have probably done something on that day, instead of quarreling and sitting there. Right?
yeah.
So that's what. So many of us feel this, that we could have done something else, than spending or wasting
Yeah, I should
time.
have got up as soon as she asked. I shouldn't have been there.
Right.
It's like,
Right. So now how are we going to do that? How are we going to manage the time we have? How are we going to reduce? There's something called as time wasters in everybody's daily life. There are some time wasters which will actually waste our time. How are we going to identify what are those time wasters? Time wasters is something which is very unnecessary and which does nothing for us. We are not going to feel happy, we don't do anything, we don't enjoy doing anything, we do nothing. That is the time we call time wasters. For example, every day you wake up, you think that you have to wake up at 6 o'clock in the morning. So you wake up, but you don't want to get out of the bed. You're still like, okay. And by the time you get out of the bed, it's half an hour. What did you do for that half an hour? You are not even sleeping properly. You are not even enjoying snoozing, right? Just snoozing. So it was not even productive, and you were not even sleeping and enjoying also. It was like you were intense. Oh, I have to get up in another 10 minutes. I have to get up in another 15 minutes. So this is one example for a time waster that we have. So there are so many such time wasters that we see in our daily activity. So the first tip, which I have learned and I like to share today is eliminate those time wasters. Right? There are some things that we waste when we waste time. So eliminate those things from our daily routine. Right? We will first list out on what is our, I'll just tell you the process, how you can actually identify, what are those wasters. List out what all we do on a daily basis, starting from when you wake up, morning, what time you wake up, timing, what you do, starting from, brushing, getting out of the bed, whatever it is, step by step, everything in one or 2 or 3 pages, complete till you sleep. And then another sheet, look at it again and then see, what are the things which you felt which was unnecessary. Write down those things. See, how much time has actually saved, right? And you can actually pick that and then probably bring in something new, which will also keep us busy, right? So eliminating time waster is one thing. Can you guess for more such things? Plans for, saving time?
Organizing yourself better.
Organizing yourself better, excellent. Organizing is one big thing, especially everyone, I think most of us here, especially for girls here, right? We know that tomorrow I have to go to office, tomorrow I have to go to movie, I need to go to function, right? There is a beautiful closet we have, the clothes are there, everything is there, it's there. Nothing to, keep it ready. We don't plan, basically. Planning is one thing which I wanted to say. We don't plan for things, it's there. Let me just pick it up and then. But the day, you want to go, you open, it's like, this one will match, that one will, should I wear this, should I go with that, what should I go with, how should I go with? So, wasting time. If you had probably kept it ready, when you were free the previous day, you could have saved time on that particular day and probably accommodated something.
I think cluttering also will do.
Yeah.
Giving a
Cluttering,
also.
yes. Second thing is, like she said, organizing, right? Many of us have a habit. We are very tired when we go back home. Take the mobile phone, keep it somewhere, right? Or probably it is silent because we are in the class. We go home. This is one experience which I had yesterday, my own experience. That's why I remember it very much. So it was in a silent mode when I was in class. I went home and I just kept it somewhere. And in the night, I wanted to keep alarm for next day. I'm looking for my mobile. I'm not getting it. I literally searched everywhere and finally found it somewhere below the sofa. Like, I don't know how it had gone there. That's a different thing. So I did waste a lot of time, right? So there are many chances we do this, keeping the keys somewhere, and when we're going, we start looking for keys, right? And even our vanity bags, whatever handbags we have, so many things are there, papers, keys, chocolates, cosmetics, people keep so many things in it. You want to take out one, you'll have to literally fiddle it through, take it out, time waste, right? There are so many things, that we can actually change. So when we keep things organized, keep it in a place, like this is the place for key. No matter, I will enter my home. I know there's a sofa. Just walking three steps, nothing will change. I can just walk, hang it over, come back and sit, right? So keep it organized. Keep your mobile phone in a place. So even if you get up, even if you don't have anything in your mind, you know where is your mobile phone, you know where is your keychain, you know where is your dress, you know what you have to wear. So organizing, second thing. Third thing, prioritizing your work. Sometimes what happens, you get a simple work from your client, from the company, your organization. So we think, it's simple, let me do it, right? So, and let's say there are 2 works which comes to you, 2 requests from a client or 2 kind of requests comes to you from the client. So we'll pick up one work first. So like, that thing is, little difficult, let me do it here, I'll finish it off. right? So you don't know which one to prioritize. So you do what is easy for you. You get into the comfort zone. You feel like, okay, this is easy, let me do it. But a difficult one probably would take a lot more time, lot more support, right? When you're not able to finish it, sometimes it's a concern. So set the priority. What is the priority for you? Which one has to go first? Which one needs more importance? So do that first, and the remaining thing can be done. First, if you concentrate on the thing which is not so important, then you will have very less time for the one which you have to urgently send. So prioritize. Planning will also go, right? So prepare a to-do list even when you're coming out from the office. Check the mails, whatever you have. Make a list of what you can do the next day, and then post it, so that the moment you come inside, you'll say, okay, this is the work I have to do. Prioritize, and then line it up, so that it will help us plan and do things better, right?
And phone calls also.
Attending phone calls, yes.
Make a lot of phone calls, friends, relatives.
Yes, unnecessary phone calls, attending unnecessary calls, right? Somebody is calling, a husband is working in office, husband is at home, wife is at office, husband keeps calling, where is that, where is so, what kind of dal I should prepare, what kind of this thing I need to use for sambar, right? So our trainer taught us how to prepare dal, so probably Arun might be a little confused, so she might call up his wife, where is it, how it looks, what it is. Right.
Does the color go?
Yeah, does the color go? The color is not going. I'm actually
I'm washing and washing and washing.
it's not becoming light. Which dal should I take, right? So there are many calls which we get. Though our family, friends, everyone are important to us. Sometimes we might have to restrict those calls. And the last thing which I have learnt is procrastinating things.
Postponing things.
Postponing. Very easy. I have to only, clean 2 or 3 vessels. Only 2 vessels, na? Like that. 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2. By the time I see it will be 15. I was like, oh, should I have to do 15? So many of us feel this. So avoid procrastinating things. You want to do it first and then relax if you have time and then finish it. So these are 4 things which I feel or which have helped me manage my time. In my career, in my office, anywhere. So I hope my information will be of little use for you. Any questions?